Europe again, ole ole. Europe again, ole ole. Europe again, Europe again, Europe again, ole ole. What a result. And credit to the fans. Eddie asked for the atmosphere and we brought the atmosphere. The first 20 minutes were electric. Granted, it did get a bit nervy towards the middle of the game, but then the fans picked up again towards the end of the game when they realised the lads needed pulling over the line. But yeah, the fans got involved when it mattered, and it made a fucking difference. And my throat as well is really sore from shouting, so I did my bit. Now, I can't say it was pretty, because for half of that game, we looked like the team that was down to 10 men. But I did say in my preview, Chelsea are generally better with less possession. And when they went down to 10 men, they looked twice the team. Up until that point, we were dominating them. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to, I'm not sure if he's subscribed or not, but he's commented on a few videos now. James Ernest. He's a Chelsea fan that's commented on a few videos, commented on my running video, and commented on the preview for this game. Told me in both videos that Chelsea would qualify for Champions League by beating Newcastle. So James, I'm looking forward to your comment on this video. Honestly, I can't imagine he's watching, but fingers crossed, hopefully he is. And speaking of comments, I am also going to do an update on the giveaway, so stick around to the end of the video after the match reaction footage, and I'll update you on what the crack is with that. So to crack on with my review of the game, before I get into our players, I want to quickly mention one player for Chelsea, and that player is Marc Cucurella. Now, I absolutely fucking hate the guy, but credit where it's due, he was causing problems all game. Murphy and Kraft just kept on losing him, and yeah, he was just an absolute nuisance. I don't like to give him credit, because as I said, I fucking hate him, but he was good. And then another quick mention for one other Chelsea player, my absolute man of the match, Nicholas Jackson. What a dickhead. If there's any Chelsea fans watching, what is your actual opinion on Jackson at this point? Because he started off as just a bit of a meme. Then he went through a bit of a purple patch. I'm not sure if he fully shaked the meme status. And then he's pretty much just gone and single-handedly thrown away Champions League for you, or potentially thrown away Champions League for you. I've seen a few Chelsea fans try and debate whether or not it's a red card. Even Maresca has tried to call it into question. I'm not even going to have that debate because there is no debate. If you are trying to debate it, you just sat there with blue tinted glasses on. So yeah, moving on from that. But yeah, if there are any Chelsea fans watching, let me know in the comments what you think of Jackson now, because I'm struggling to think, like as a Newcastle fan, I'm struggling to think what I would think of Jackson if he was our player. And I'm just curious as to where he stands with you guys now. And then more importantly, onto us, because that's why we're all here, really. So I'm not going to lie, when I saw the team sheet, my mind was absolutely fucking blown. I think Willock is injured again. Apparently it's a minor injury, but regardless of whether it's a minor injury, I think we've all just kind of had enough now. Like, I'm all for supporting players who are going through a hard time, but it's actually a joke at this point. He plays about 6 games a season and manages to get injured in pretty much every single one of them. I'm grateful for the moments he's given us. I'm grateful for, you know, the 7 goals in a row under Steve Bruce, the absolute weldy of an assist to Isak against Spurs, I think it was. But yeah, I've had enough now. I've just had enough. I think most of the other fans have had enough as well. I'm not sure if at this point he's now potentially worse than Wilson. He might have overtaken Wilson as the injury meme. Let me know in the comments where you're at with Willock. Is he worse than Wilson now? Have you had enough? Are you willing to stick by him and keep on supporting? Like, ultimately, I get it. That's our job as supporters, is to support the players. And I know, I'm sure he doesn't mean to get injured, but how long before it is just kind of a burden on the club? At the end of the day, we're paying his wages. He's taking up a number in the squad. That's just the reality of it. And yeah, I've had enough now. But enough of the negativity, because this is not a negative day. We've just had a fucking class result, and the results everywhere else in the Premier League have gone near enough perfectly for us. Forest drew with City, mental. City drew with Southampton, mental. And obviously Arsenal dropped points again. I was one of the first people to say it. Can Newcastle finish second? Everyone laughed at me. I can't lie, I am half gutted that Forest drew with Leicester, because I was sort of hoping that they would take the opportunity that we just presented them by beating Chelsea and take 5th spot off Chelsea. But I guess it has also opened the door for Villa as well, and Villa potentially will take that spot now. So yeah, the weekend's also been a great weekend for Villa fans as well. Champions League is now looking a lot more possible for them. Their next games are Man United and Spurs, I think, so they should be wins. But also, to any of the Forest fans that are watching, what happened? What has happened? Because I had so much faith in Forest literally only like 3 weeks ago when I did my running video. I had so much faith in Forest, and I think there might be a few Forest fans watching, because I know I have got a few subscribers that are Forest fans from them videos. But yeah, Forest fans, please let me know what is going on, because it looks like you've just absolutely collapsed. Now, to quickly move on to our team's performances, for me, the standout performer of the game, even though he only played half the game, was Sven Botman. Tonali did look as much of a G as ever and scored the goal, but for me, Botman showed what we've missed for so long having him out of the team. The assurance he gives at the back. With him on the pitch, how much further we can push up the field, because every single time the ball comes past the halfway line, he's just there every single time, reads the game so fucking well. Just puts out every single fire before it even looks like a fire. And it's no coincidence that the last time that he played consistently in the team, we had one of the best defenses in Europe. Since he's been out the team, we haven't looked anywhere near that good defensively. So I'm so excited to see what can happen next season with him being a major part of the defence again. It is quite hard to say where he's going to fit in, because obviously Dan Burns had an amazing season. He's a left-sided centre-back, so he's not going to take Shah's position. We're probably also going to strengthen the right centre-back position. I think as much as Dan Burns had an amazing season, Sven Botman is just fucking quality. And as much as I find it hard to say, because Dan Burn is now a legend of the club after his Carabao Cup goal, but I do think Sven Botman probably will have to replace him. Having said that though, if we get Champions League, which is now looking pretty likely, then I think there's just going to be a lot of squad rotation next year, so I don't think it's really going to matter. But I just think as that kind of like first choice left centre-back, I don't know, it's really hard. Like, Eddie is just going to have one hell of a selection dilemma for left centre-back. It's a great position for us to be in though, because as I said, we're going to have a lot of games coming hard and fast next year, so competition for places, squad depth is going to be so important. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Dan Burn had a bad game, by the way. He was probably one of the standout performers too. I'm just saying this is the first time in a long time where we felt as defensively sound for moments in a game like we did when we had one of the best defenses in Europe. I don't know, let me know again in the comments what you think on that. Does Sven Botman replace Dan Burn? I know probably not this season, but like for next season. I also thought Gordon looked pretty exciting when he came on. He's still not fully match sharp yet, but he's definitely looking pretty exciting. You can see that he's gunning hard to get that left wing spot back. And I'm not sure if the pressure of having Gordon breathing down his neck for that left wing spot was getting to Barnes. I don't think Barnes had the best game. But anyway, enough of that. Have some goal reactions from me in St James's Park. And then after that, I'll update you on what's going to happen with the giveaway, or what's happened with the giveaway. I'll update you on the giveaway. So yeah, have my reactions from St James's Park. So I'm not sure if any of you have scrolled through the comments to see if anyone won the giveaway. Probably not, because you'll have just thought I didn't comment that score, so I didn't win, so I don't care anymore. At least that's what I would be like anyway. But to give an update, there was a lot of comments, a lot of people entered, and somehow, amazingly, nobody put 2-0 Tonali first goal scorer. Well, actually, no, I tell a lie. If you scroll through the comments, there was one joker that decided to edit his comment and put this. So yeah, other than that edited comment, there was no one that won, which means it will now carry on to next week's match preview. So the match preview for the Arsenal game. And that means that next week for the Arsenal game, it will be a £25 gift card, which is equivalent to about 2 months of YouTube Premium. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell, because you don't want to be too late to the video and have to comment 6-5 Nick Pope first goal scorer, because all the best predictions have already been taken. But I guess for this week, thanks to everyone that participated. But yeah, it's moving on to next week now. And that's pretty much all for channel updates. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.